Hey Audrey, it's Matt. Here to give you some feedback on your positive attitude essay. And guess what? You did great. Yeah, I know that was lame, but nonetheless, once again, you killed it. So I'm not really running out of ways to say that. But I do have a few things I want to pick at you. No, nothing big. Your grammar and usage mechanics stuff. That's all good. Let's check out this mechanics where they said they put an extra comma. That's a good one. You probably don't need this comma here, so make sure you're checking your criterion hints and helps. All right, let's look at the comments that I left for you. Um, just a few things. I like your introduction. Your introductions are always really good. They're probably the best part of your essays because you introduce your topic without actually letting the reader know what you're going to talk about until the end. And I know that sounds weird, but it's a good style of writing. I like it. So like you can say, success and what success means, and then at the end you're like, positive attitude will make you have success. Boom, perfect way to lead into your thesis. I like that. There's a couple places in here where you use the word as a like conjunction, but I don't think that's right in most cases. Um, as you wanna reserve for like similes and comparisons, but here I think the right word would be for, because for is a conjunction and as is not. One of the fanboys for and nor but or and yet. All right, so if it's not one of those, don't use it as a conjunction. I think you did it here and you did it in a couple other places. So let's just see how it would sound. A positive attitude is necessary for success, as if you don't have a positive attitude. So when you say as if, that kind of makes it seem like you're talking about a hypothetical situation. But here, that's not exactly what you're going for. So let's try using the word for. A positive attitude is necessary for success, for if you don't have a positive attitude, you won't try, blah, 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 blah. Sounds a little better. I know it's weird what exactly counts and what doesn't count in the English language. Doesn't make sense. But here, just try to see if you can see what sounds best when you read it out loud. And I think here you would use the word for instead of as. And you did that in a couple other places in the paper, so I'm gonna let you find those. Um, Here you got a couple of double words and uh, get around to hit. Probably should have been it. Just make sure you proofread before you turn in your essays. I know it's a very small thing, but it can make a difference when it comes to submitting for a grade like to STAR test or for college essays. So make sure you proofread or get somebody else to proofread before you submit. Let's see. I liked your approach overall about how you're saying what exactly how your life would be impacted by not having a positive attitude rather than having a positive attitude, or rather than explaining the things that would happen if you have a positive attitude. You went kind of like the anti approach, which works just as fine. It's a style choice, but you executed it well. And here you capitalize having. When you use a comma, a colon, or a semicolon, you don't have to capitalize the next word unless it's a proper noun like a name or a place or thing, uh, place or person. So yeah, here you can just make it a lowercase h, and that'd be better. All right, and one more thing I want to say overall, as far as your style of writing, you use the word you a lot, and in some cases, like if you're writing, a story or you're writing a letter to somebody, using you in the second person is helpful and it's useful and it's effective. But most of the time, when you're writing an essay, like an expository essay, you want to avoid using you. You want to avoid using the second person. You want to avoid using the first person too. So when you're thinking expository, you're pretty much thinking strictly third person, as in he, she, oneself, a person. Try to avoid using the word you because it makes it seem kind of like you're yelling. I know it's not really, but it's like you're yelling at the reader, like you should do this, you should do that, blah 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 blah. Try to avoid that. I know it's not a big deal, but some judges might think that's a lazy way to get out of writing a well thought out expository essay. Some might not. So just something to consider in your future essays. All right, you did great once again, and I look forward to seeing your next essay. See you later.